Usually my mom or Charlie will drive me to the readings, but today's very different because the client ordered a town car to pick me up. The second I got into this car, I immediately felt unique and intense energy coming through. I found myself scribbling a circle, and usually I'm used to scribbling lines. That usually indicates the person coming through is insistent that I talk about a specific area, almost so much so that they're circling it.
What is it you're getting, Tyler?
It's actually been really interesting because there is a reference immediately to an investigation, and there's an emphasis on the fact that this would have made the news. It would have been a death that would have been heavily controversial and very, there were a lot of questions about what happened in these final moments. And hopefully, in the reading today, I'll be able to kind of answer some of those questions. Hello.
I'm Janice.
Hi, Janice. How are you?
Henry, medium extraordinaire.
Oh my gosh, it's so great
Welcome to my home.
Thank you for having
Come
me.
into my home.
You're Janice Dickinson?
I am.
That's awesome. Oh
Thank
my gosh,
you.
it's so great to meet you.
Please sit down on the couch. My name is Janice Dickinson. For those of you that don't know me, I have been on the covers of Vogue, Bazaar, Cosmopolitan. I was the world's first supermodel, and I've worked on America's Next Top Model. I did Botched on E, and I loved it. Hello.
I finally recognized someone. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're just a cutie patootie.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Tyler Henry comes highly recommended. And I can't wait to be read because I've never done it before. And I've done everything from jumping out of airplanes, helicopters. I'm fearless. Well, I'm a little virginized to this medium stuff.
I primarily work as a clairvoyant. Now, the less I know about you, the better. I know your name, funny enough.
You'd have to be living under a rock not to, sorry.
Of course. So I do recognize your name, but I don't know anything about family or anything along those lines, so I'll just kind of pick up on what I feel.
I've just been through the fight of my life. I've come out successfully from a cancer operation, and I'd like to know if I'm going to maybe have it come back. I don't know.
Sometimes holding onto an object actually can help me make a closer connection to a person. Now, what I'm gonna do is, you know what? No, I have to talk, I'm referencing to a piece of fabric. I have to hold onto a piece of fabric, so let me see. Do you have anything like fabric in there that I could hold onto by chance?
You're really psychic.
I feel like I have to hold on to that one. Thank you. I feel like this is strange. I do have to talk about a man that would be coming through who's acknowledging that he would have lived to basically see around middle age, and he's snapping his fingers at me. And when they do that, they reference passing away quickly. This is the kind of guy that, like, in life, like, he's just, like, a big personality. Like, this is not somebody who we would ever anticipate just passing away out of nowhere.
You're dead on.
So he's having me immediately talk about the circumstances of his passing. He's showing me cameras, and when they do this, this usually indicates a reference to a passing or a death being very well known or, like, notable, and, like, people know about this, but on, like, a larger scale.
Blowing my mind.
Yeah, because I'm referencing to, like, I'm saying news.
Oh, yes, indeed. World news.
World news, okay. Why is he putting me in a plane? He's bringing up having to take a trip on a plane. Someone was on a vacation around the time he died. He's showing me a vacation. This is weird. He's showing me being on vacation.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know what this is.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Tell me, yeah.
I was on vacation.
Wow.
I was in the Bahamas.
Right, like I'm saying
on a shoot for American Bazaar.
Right, because I'm saying tropical, like this looks really like completely different where I would normally be. And I talk about having to get on a plane, and there's a reference to the flight. Wow. Yeah.
You're dead on.
Yeah.
I have chills.
Right.
I have chills on my chills. I was on a bathing suit shoot, and I was in the Bahamas, and I heard over the news, and I just collapsed. He died far too soon. He was middle-aged, and he was very famous, which Tyler mentioned. He was nailing it on the spot. And he kept saying, I feel a plane, you know, and that was me with an inability to step on the plane to go to his funeral.
He's bringing me the last 24 hours of his life. And this is weird in the way this comes through because he's talking about the way that he would have been found.
Discovered.
Yes. But there's this feeling of like, that's not the way that I want to be seen. There's a reference to someone having either a fall or a trip, but they find them on the ground. Like
Yes.
But it's like a fall.
Yes.
And I feel like I had, yeah. And he just basically apologizes for this because the man had a lot of dignity, a lot of pride, but he doesn't want all of the question marks around his passing to really define his life. And that was very important for him. He didn't want that death to ultimately be what everyone associates with him. Okay, thank you.
What'd you just
Jimmy,
say?
the name Jimmy just came through, and I need to bring this up. Who's Jimmy?
It's John.
Oh, Jimmy.
That's his brother.
That would be fine. They oftentimes will refer to either who they are or who they're with, but I have to talk about Jimmy. So Jimmy is his brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because I feel like I have to highlight Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy.
I'm gonna blow your mind after you've just nailed it.
Who is this person? Wow. And she comes through and she acknowledges total peace in being able to pass away because I don't want to be in pain.
Someone had their life taken away from them and like did not pass away of natural causes. They actually had their life taken from them.
Oh God, you're gonna make me cry. This whole session's gonna be about crying.
Lighting a candle every year in memory.
I'm just in shock, so I just have to gather my thoughts.
It's a brand new day.
So Jimmy is his brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because I feel like I have to highlight Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy.
I'm gonna blow your mind after you've just nailed it.
Who is this person? Wow.
John Bellucci.
Wow. Okay.
He overdosed, being embarrassed about being found,
Right.
the Chateau Marmont. I was away on vacation, like you wrote, scribbled, or whatever came to you.
Right.
He gave me this scarf, like, that was sitting in the back of his car one day, and that belonged to him, and he just says, here, have it, because it'll look cute on you. I stole it from wardrobe, because he was on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
But one of the funniest, most talented men, and he was my dear friend. You nailed it.
Wow. Wow.
He wasn't a junkie. He died of a speedball administered by some female drug dealer.
Right.
And that's why I know he didn't want to be remembered by that, because that was not his legacy.
No.
That was an accident. I'll never let that go, you know? You know, it just meant so much to me. That blew my mind. And now I feel comforted. I feel comforted now that he is at peace. Wow. Oh my God.
He's with you.
Okay, what do you want next?
Okay, well, let's see. And the bell. All right. Okay. Just got placed in a bag. Okay, thank you. Okay. I have a woman coming through that I need to highlight, but she's immediately having me acknowledge, like, very clearly that this was a long, drawn-out process for her. This is not something that happens quick. This is a passing that's more extended. And I have to bring this up. And she comes through not only for you, but for your sister as well. So I'm thinking probably there's a family connection here. But she's having me acknowledge this feeling of, like, I don't want to be in any pain. And she comes through and she acknowledges total peace in being able to pass away because I don't want to be in pain.
It was my mother's.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She held on until 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, she was just holding on and holding on and holding on, you know? And I'm like, what are you holding on to?
Yeah.
Because you've done everything. She had that by her bed when she would ring it when she needed things.
It makes sense. Wow.
So-
Yeah. So there was this feeling of kind of being stationary, and she basically came through and acknowledged, like, I feel okay to pass because she needed to know that it was all right. And it was.
It's okay.
Absolutely.
That got me really emotional. I instantly thought about the last time that I spoke to her. I said, Mom, what are you hanging on for? I love you. I need you to be at peace, because she was really in a lot of pain. This is coming from the soul. I'm so happy. I thought I resolved this because,
Yeah.
but these are bringing up just unresolved emotions in me that I didn't think it, I think I'm so over things and I'm resolved. I guess I'm just, my inner child is coming out.
Well, good. Let me see where we're at. We've got you, and you. Okay, so we've got this, and this. I'm gonna try a different object now, if you have any others
yeah.
you're curious about. Yeah.
Okay, well.
All right. I'll be very careful with that. Perfect. Okay. I have to talk about your sister. Because the emphasis, I have to immediately talk to you about a grandmother figure that I want to highlight, and she comes through like that, and she talks about you and your sister in references to past lives.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Giving it in increments.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So she's having me acknowledge this in referencing to this being passed down, and she was like very particular in who got this.
Yeah. You just nailed it in 2 seconds. My sister, I stole it from my sister because it belonged to our grandmother.
Yeah.
I am not kidding you. You don't even have to get into the Shaka Khan's, your tic-tac-toe stuff you're writing. This actually belonged to my grandmother.
Wow.
And then my sister stole it,
And you got it back.
and I grabbed it when she wasn't looking.
It's hilarious because your grandmother's very aware of this. She knows it was passed
Does she
down.
know it?
She knows.
She
That's why she had me bring up your
knows?
sister, because you took it.
But how did you do it so fast?
Well, I'm psychic.
What do you feel when you get psychically,
It's just like
tuned in, man? Because I could go to Cartier and get psyched out, picking up a big-ass diamond.
But no, I just kind of get impressions. So she's definitely coming through. There's more. Are you ready?
Hit me, bitch.
Okay. All right.
Hit me!
Let's do this. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like when I talk about her, I just want it to be known that it's important. She has me reference to your mother. So she's definitely coming through as well.
My mother is there.
Correct.
Okay.
And she's having me immediately talk about the woman who would have dealt with the breast cancer. She's acknowledging overcoming this, getting
Me.
through it.
Right now,
Wow.
I just overcame breast cancer. I don't really want to go tragically, since I just came out of
Sure.
6 weeks of radiation on ductile 1, stage 1 breast cancer myself.
Yeah. There's this feeling in the way this comes through from her end. Please know that you do not have to worry moving forward about this being a concern. It's her #1 priority that you know you are completely fine. There's nothing to worry about. They've been with you through this.
I know.
Well, they know, and they've been able to see what you've gone through, and they're with you every single day. Yes.
The fact that my mother and my grandmother have been with me the whole time, I feel so relieved and happy just to know that, there's something to this, that they're with me, and I feel so blessed and at ease.
Well, I'm so happy that now moving forward, you're perfectly
Yes.
fine. I'm not worried.
Oh, thank
I
you.
really believe that.
I can only handle so much at a time.
It's okay. I understand.
Every single object you connected with,
Yep.
and it's very seldom that you see Janice Dickinson gobstruck. No, you are the real deal.
I'm so
You are gonna help so many people in life.
Thank you. That's the goal.
Your mom raised you well.
You were the best.
No, thank you so much.
So
Now get the fuck out of here.
Thank you so much.
No! Thank you! Are you kidding me? I wanna
Janice Dickinson is on the couch with me.
That's so nice
Sorry,
to meet
Dad.
such a young medium. I feel centered, and something's been lifted from my soul that has been weighing me down. I feel relief from some of these things, especially hearing from my mom and about my grandmother, and that I'm going to be okay with my cancer. I've always wondered about unresolved issues and how they affect the psyche and how they affect the heart. But knowing full well that Tyler is exactly who he says he is and he's authentic has really helped me out so much. There is something to this medium stuff.
I would be just fine.
I'm in the Hollywood Hills, and this area is just absolutely gorgeous. It's the epitome of just elegant and high-end. So I'll be really curious to see who the client is today. Hello. Hi, I'm Tyler.
Joanna,
great
nice to meet you.
Joanna.
So
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so
Come on in.
good. Oh, it's great to meet you. Thank you for having me.
We'll go here. I'm Joanna Krupa, and Tyler might or might not know me from magazine covers worldwide. I was named the sexiest swimsuit model in the world. My most recent was Dancing with the Stars and The Real Housewives of Miami. It's just an honor to have you here because I've heard so many great stories.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I'm very spiritual, you know, but I've never met somebody that is so on it. And Tyler seems like he's just the real deal.
My goal in kind of doing this is really just to help people. Fundamentally, I want to make sure that when you leave this experience that you know that you got something out of it.
Perfect.
And, you know, I always tell people I want to leave people better than I found them, and that's really my goal.
I do have family members that have passed on, but I don't want to give him pictures because I don't want them being mad at me that I'm bothering them, because who knows what they're doing? Maybe they're busy getting a spa treatment, I don't know. So I just want to see what he feels and what he brings in. And my husband Roman is watching because he's such a big part of my life. So I just wanted to share the experience with him.
So we'll kind of figure out where we're going to start. We'll probably end up doing a bit of a mix of people coming through and your personal life, but I'm just going to kind of go wherever we're guided and go from there.
Just wherever it takes you, take me.
Yes, definitely. There's a situation with a family situation I need to bring up. I have to figure out how I would word this. There was somebody in your family.
Okay.
I don't know how this comes through, but someone had their life taken away from them and like did not pass away of natural causes. They actually had their life taken from them.
Oh God, you're gonna make me cry. This whole session's gonna be about crying. Why did I do my makeup? No, I'm kidding.
It's beautiful. Yeah, there's a whole thing there, but the acknowledgement is basically a feeling of like resolve and resolution with this. What was the exact relation to that person?
That was my Uncle Marek, and he was married to my mom's sister. When Tyler mentioned that somebody passed by being killed, I mean, right away my uncle came into the picture.
When he comes through, he was a very strong man.
Yeah.
Very intense man,
Yes,
is the way I would describe
very
it.
intense.
So,
Yeah, he was the uncle that you were scared to not say yes to. Yeah, he had his way, and he was a very good-looking man, very successful, but
Yes.
yeah, it was his way.
Right.
So it's interesting that he came in. Maybe he just wanted to show that his presence is still...
Right. Absolutely, and they'll oftentimes do that to kind of like let other family members
Yeah.
know as well, like they're there.
It was great that, you know, his energy came through because it confirmed the fact that he still has a big part in our family because he was an amazing uncle. You know, anytime we went to visit him, he was full of energy. Does it come through how he was killed?
Well, the way this comes across is like quick, fast, and the way that I would kind of communicate this is there's a feeling of, for one, some of the people that he was around, he regrets being around because he was actually not like them. And so there's a feeling of like, basically people who were only here for you for the right now and didn't ultimately really care.
The people, from what I was told by my cousin, is that he looked out the window in his kitchen and his dad was hanging on the tree. Like basically he was hung.
Oh my God.
And the bad people that you're talking about were clients. He was an attorney.
Right.
And he lost a case.
I never heard about this story.
And supposedly they hung him on his backyard.
Wow, that
And
is
my
horrible.
cousin saw that. Honestly, the only people that would know how my uncle passed away is my closest family. Nobody else, none of the tabloids, nobody would even know how my uncle passed or if he passed. So that's something only Tyler obviously would know and does. So it was nice for him to come in. It really was a nice surprise. I will tell you, I was not expecting him to come in. I didn't even think about him when I knew Tyler was coming.
Oh, what would this be? Okay. I have a woman coming through that I want to bring up, but I do kind of get the feeling of like this could be like a grandmotherly type of an energy. And when she comes through, one of the things she's having me immediately highlight is she's referencing the lace. And when I see lace, that always references to a marriage and a congratulations about a marriage. The thing is that she's referencing to congratulations about this marriage that she wasn't able to actually physically attend, but was aware of in spirit. And from her perspective, it was important that there's an awareness that she knew that she was there when this wedding happened. But there's a congratulations with that. So I'm not really sure what that means, but does that make any sense?
Well, she wasn't here for my wedding yet.
Right.
She died of a heart attack. Her name was Christina.
Right.
My grandma, has always had a huge part in my life, because when we first emigrated from Poland to Chicago, when I was 5 years old, during communist Poland, which was, very tough for people living in Poland at that time. So we basically escaped. My poor mother had like $200 in her pocket, pregnant with my sister Marta, and just a very tough beginnings we had. We basically moved in with her and my aunt. So she was, one of our best friends. We never looked at her as grandma. She was always the one that took care of us, made sure that we were happy. So when my grandma passed away, it was kind of like, oh wow, loved ones do go. The pain and suffering that goes on, you can't even imagine, especially with somebody that you're close with.
How long ago did you get married?
3 years ago.
Nice, congrats. That's awesome.
It didn't even come to me till he brought it up that my grandma approves of my wedding, because I love my family, I love my grandma. So it was a nice surprise. And the first thing she said, hey, congratulations, I'm sorry I couldn't be there at your wedding, which obviously we miss her dearly, and she'll always be one of the most important people in my life. So the fact that she came through, that touched my heart.
Gosh, well,
Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, yes.
My whole family is very close. We can't imagine our life without one another. I wasn't born into a rich family, a famous family, so everything I've accomplished was on my own, and I would never change where I came from for anything in the world. I know, don't go!
Staying forever.
Bye. I think the place would be a better place if we all had a Tyler. It's really hard to find good human beings in life, and he's just special. He's just a very special person.